attention and to this panel masterclass. My name is Pamela Lam, and I am the panel coordinator, and I'm very excited to see all of you here today. Let me introduce a little bit about the CM program first. The Certificate of Merit panel auditions is for extraordinary students in grade 10 through 12 who have demonstrated artistic and technical skills at a near professional level. Students performing in the panel honors recital and master classes were chosen after passing 2 stages of auditions. In the first round, students performed an half-hour program for a judge and passed the theory and ear training exam by 80% or higher. In the second round, students were adjudicated by a panel of 3 judges. Our panel judges have adjudicated many state auditions and competitions, as well as national and international competitions. Today's students were chosen by this panel for their excellence in technique, expression, style, and interpretations. At today's masterclass, we recognize and honor these talented musicians for their high achievement in the CM program. Before we begin, I would like to remind everyone that there's no eating or drinking during the recitals, and make sure your cell phone is in silent mode. And you're welcome to take pictures, but no fresh photographer. And if you want to videotape, please remember to videotape only your own child or your student. And for the performer, please stay until the end of the program. That's when we will give you the panel award. And now I would like to introduce our master teacher, Dr. Ina Felix. I have actually met her the first time many years ago at the same MTAC convention, and she gave out one of the best master classes I've ever seen. So I am forever her fan, and it's my honor to present the program today. Viewed as adventurous and passionate, the New Yorker magazine said, Ukrainian-born American pianist Ina Felix has made a name for herself through her commanding performances of standard piano repertoire, as well as thorough-banding interdisciplinary project and inquisitive work with contemporary composers. Recently, she has performed at the Vivace Festival in Chicago, the National Gallery in Washington, D.C., and the Cihan Academy in Italy, and has appeared as a soloist with U.S. Orchestra nationwide and in repeated tours of all the major venues in China. Dr. Felix is a professor and head of piano study at UCLA and is in demand worldwide as a masterclass artist and adjudicator. A musical memoir titled Wait in the Fingertips was published last year, and as a matter of fact, she will be reading and performing as part of the book later today at 4 o'clock in Plaza A, which is 1 level below here. So I hope all of you will stay and go to her next concert at 4 o'clock. And Dr. Ina Felix is a Yamaha artist. And now I would like to welcome our first student, Zoey Chen. Welcome.
this. I really enjoyed it. So tell me how old you are, how long you've had this piece.
I'm 17 and I've been playing since last year.
This piece, you mean, not piano in general.
No,
It's pretty good. Wonderful. So, obviously you play this, it's your piece, you play this a lot. So the few things I want to tell you have to do with character and with the mood. So I want you to tell me overall what you imagine, what you'd like us to walk away with from this first movement. What about it is special? It's kind of cool for you.
the first movie?
Yes. I mean, what's the character? I mean, what are you trying to show us? What are you trying to create? You want to know. So besides that, right? What's happening?
Well, the first movie was kind of like mysterious in the beginning, but then
And it's also a little bit lyrical. Yes, one thing I think I'm missing here, and that's a lot of humor and irony and sarcasm, and it's tough. How do we make music humorous? How do we make people feel something inside, like a chuckle, or something ironic, or something even a little bit naughty? It's all in there. It's all in the details of how we write. So what I would love to do is to just bring those out a little bit with the time that we have. But I think, for me personally, your tempo was a tiny, tiny, tiny bit over the top. So a lot of things got lost, especially in the end. Sorry, I can't find it. And I have to apologize, I forgot my glasses, so you see me doing this and looking like a pirate, Yeah, that's why. So the kind of excitement of this, the irony, the lyricism, sorry, I meant fourth movement, not first. But when you play this, I think when you're marking every bar, that kind of stops that feeling of excitement of Vivace. So can you start again? Think of just one long line and a huge crescendo that happens both in left and in right hand. See how your thumb goes? No accent on the thumb at all. Good. So can you mark this? This is already a little bit better. I want you to be able to say it to yourself, as opposed to just kind of run it. If you can really say to yourself every note, and then here, arrive to the E, and then answer with that note, with the top note. So see how, let me show you. When you sit down, you're immediately. Don't make your body do that accent when you mark it. So it's almost like you're just creeping along without accenting. Really, really close. And then to do that, you need to kind of focus your hand in such a way where you have one line between your thumb and your forefinger, or whatever your finger is, like this. That's much better. You heard that had no accent, and that had drive, that had that kind of pulsing sound, like yum, bum. This doesn't have enough of a difference for me. I don't feel like you've arrived at that E. So when you set that, and really place it, and then place the top. Don't think that you have to rush from the bottom to the top. Sometimes you have to take a tiny break. Boom. Okay? One last time and we'll go on, I promise. No accent. That's it. That was much better. That had drama. Okay, let's go. So for me, that needs to be more etched. That needs to be a little bit, there's something nasty about this piece. It's kind of like, I got away from you, and I'm going to keep doing it. I got away with doing whatever I'm doing, and I'm going to keep going. And there's an excitement to it. It's kind of, but I think it's too nice the way you're playing this. So, hear that accent differently, and have more energy in your rhythm. So when you do your pickups, that kind of character. So playing faster is not the answer. Like, be in control, okay? That's much, much better. So when you're starting it, just remember, imagine your left hand and what it does here. You're not playing the accents here, right? So the same idea. One more thought, food for thought. Upbeats. Upbeats give rhythmic energy. If you see orchestra players, you know, upbeats always have life. That doesn't mean you have to accent them, but in your mind you give them that little extra something, like a bite. So here, that rushes. I want to hear that really clearly and really rhythmically. And when you give it a character that's kind of, you know, not so nice, not so beautiful, not like See, that's where it rushes. That's where it gets a little bit difficult. Allow yourself to breathe, even physically. You have time. You'll get there. Let's try that again. Keep the excitement, keep the clarity, but with that rhythmic kind of energy in the upbeats. So this, can you make that a gesture as opposed to no? That's it. No, not noti. And can that sound a little bit more like a tarantella? That's it. See, I still hear like Taylor Swift, sorry. I always do that. I don't like to do this. I almost have 2 scores. You're too. It's too good. Too clear. That's it. Go on. That was good. That accent, it can be a little nasty. Not necessarily louder, but in character, nastier. What does that mean? What do you mean? Like imagine that kind of sound where you go. Try it. That's it. Yeah, but that's my piano. See, it's not about volume. It's just about kind of the texture, the length of it, and what you imagine. Just imagine a sound. It's not all about words. That's the least important. Your imagination is the most important. Do that. That's much better. More deep. Good. So here, and actually, how in the end, in the coda, the whole sonata, the whole thing gets compressed, and kind of you get all these different sections, but it's almost like a stretto. All these different motives are coming together, and you have to switch mood and switch character really quickly. So, but you have to do that very clearly, right from the beginning. So here, how would you describe that change of mood? What word would you use? And there's no right answer. Just, it is an interruption, but what kind? I mean, I guess usually when you interrupt, it's kind of rude, right? I think it's a little bit rude, a little stubborn, also kind of funny, right? Awkward maybe. So that has to come out. So like you have to really place that and change that character so that it's clear. So it doesn't sound like a continuation of what happened before. Good, let's start anyway here. Let's go to the tops a little bit more. I think the way to help you here, if you have mezzo forte here and we want to make that we want to hear the 2 notes. But here, mezzo piano, bring out the top a little bit, but the rest less. And then you'll get an accent still, but it will be a piano. So start here to compare it. It rushes a little bit. Pull it back just a tiny, tiny bit. like this, and it's rushing. So I'm just adjusting a little bit of focus here. Up, 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 up. Not to rush. So that it really sounds like a clockwork. That's better, that's more rhythmic, but no accents, no special accents on the bass. So let's go from here again. Good, even a nicer sound. I would take even greater care to prepare that. And make sure that you're listening to these rests. It kind of all jumbles together. I don't hear the rest. Right? Just prepare your hand and sing. A little bit more contact with the keys, more warm. That's right. Yep. How can we get a better sound? Can you find a sound that's safe? Just right hand. I just want to hear one. Can you lean your hand a little bit that way? Soft hand, not like this. Soft. Lean it to the right. I know it's hard to send it. Now here, you. That's it. There you go. Yeah, okay. Let's go from here. That's it. Yep. And I'm up in here. Here, kind of playful. Like, you know, don't be nice. Don't be polite here. It's kind of rude. Good. Take care not to rush, because once you're rushing, your fingers start kind of playing legato, and we want it to be percussion as much as possible. Right? So it's something like this. Don't rush. See, now that's why you can't play it as fast as you were playing, because this needs space, and you have to be able to sing this, and this has to be comfortable. It can't sound scrambled, right? So that's why I thought it was specifically for this reason. All right, let's go again. Very good. Don't lose. I know suddenly it feels like, oh wait, this is easy. I can play it because it's not so fast anymore. But keep concentrated, and keep concentrated with the energy of these double things. I kind of lost focus on it. It just sounds like suddenly no two, right? Let's look in here, or wherever you want. Let me do that right hand slowly and really staccato. No, that's not slow. Really slow. So can you do it though musically, like you're still playing, in an excited way, just under a tempo. So it's basically you're playing fast, but not. You're playing under a magnifying glass. You understand? So with the same kind of excitement. Good. One more time, a little clearer tops. Good. So a little faster. That's much better, right? So shape it. Don't forget to shape it, but real staccato. Thank you so much. You know what? Let's go to, so the idea is tighter rhythm, more energetic upbeats. No accents when you have that introduction in the left hand, right? And sing. So let's do a little bit of the melodic section. What's the most important note in that broken chord? I know it's tricky, like where do we line it up? How do we do that? Right, but I don't hear that you would think that. Can you play it in a way that's kind of, there is no right or wrong way to do a broken chord with left hand. It's like, do we do it on the bass? Do we do it, you know, the top with the bass. There's no, I think it needs to sound just natural. It's kind of in between those two things. That's what I always say to my students. So it's not, let me show you if you don't mind, excuse me. So it's not, although it's kind of nice to hear the B flat, but it's also not, it's kind of in between. It's kind of in between that, right? But you can't lose the E. So you have to grapple that with your pedal. That's nice. Dreamy. You know, you have a way here, because it says focus perceive, we all think it means every bar we have to have a bar. No, long line. No need to stop on every one of these chords. Yeah, that was beautiful what you did, by the way. Let's do that again. Prepare the E, prepare the E. It's not coming out. That's it. No, and here, sure. No, don't stop. Now, this is one of my favorite parts in this movement, in the last movement. There's something about it, it's like cartoonish, right? It's like, yum, dum, da, 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 da. It's so naughty, it's so kind of cute and funny at once. Can you make that happen? It was very serious when you played it. I think this is the place where people need to kind of be almost, what? If you really like that, that's adorable. Yeah, try it. Yum, paw. But in piano, that's already much better, but in piano. Make sure you and then start again. Place that. Do that again. Got it? Like a little breath. That helps. Don't rush up. Pa. So it's up, down if you're a string player. That was already much better. Yeah, you have to take a risk. You have to kind of act this out. One last thing I'll tell you, because we have to stop. Don't just drop your thumb. Prepare it. Okay? Prepare it like this so that it's not so uncontrollably vertical. Right? Jump. So stay close to the key. One last time I'm going to stop. Too loud, too loud. So look. It's right there. That's right. That's right. Good. Okay, that's all we have time for. Then we get back to the recap. Very beautiful playing. Thank you so much.